announcing that the US has warned businesses risk in Uganda, citing the anti-LGBTQ law. So, the United States on Monday issued a business advisory for Uganda, saying that the businesses faced potential risk in the African country, citing an anti-LGBTQ law condemned by many countries and the United Nations. The advisory was used by the U.S. Departments of State, Labor, Health and Human Services and Commerce, and the U.S. Agency for International Development. Uganda's anti-LGBTQ law, considered one of the harshest in the world, was enacted in May and carries the death penalty for aggravated homosexuality and an offense that includes transmitting HIV through gay sex. It drew condemnation from Western governments, including Washington, and put at jeopardy some of the billions of dollars in foreign aid the country received each year. Right now, the U.S. is sending a business warning, or is saying that the Ugandans market or the Ugandans businesses are in risk just because they don't allow homosexuality in their country. And I'm like, how is this affecting our business? We just don't want these weird cultures, and we are not going to practice them. So why are you so concerned about what is happening with our businesses? And it is working very well for Ugandans.
Simple question, Katie. Even this just not even LGBTQ related. How do you take your sex matters to your business? Since when did sex and business come along? Like, you know, just because I'm not having sex now in my country, or today because I didn't have sex, I'm not gonna have.
I'm not going to work.
I'm not going to work.
I'm not
gonna attract customers. You know, or customers are gonna not come because I didn't have sex. Since when did sex affect actually your income in your business?
Unless you're a prostitute.
Unless
you're a prostitute.
That is true. Unless you're a prostitute. This is all propaganda, and of course you know the US agenda.
Yeah, of
We've
course.
seen just recently, of course, there were some 2 bombs that were foiled. Actually 2 bombs foiled. That was in Uganda, and they were planted in a church. And I remember Museveni, even before these 2 bombs, that was actually, I think, last week, if I'm not wrong, during the weekend, there were 2 bombs found. And before that, Museveni had warned his people. He told them, right now in the country, we might face any attacks. There are some threatening of terror attacks. And this is because, one, we saw him, of course, denying LGBTQ agenda. Secondly, he didn't attend the Africa Climate Summit. Thirdly, this Negro is already tired, so he's not going to accept anything that these people tell him. He's trying to literally protect the should I say, the people and the culture. At
Not
this point,
really,
it's the culture.
the culture.
At this point, it's the culture. And also in the on you not attending the Africa Climate Summit, it's the people, because he understands what carbon emission is all about. I bet, you know, and that is why you saw him actually declining. So one, these bullshit. Ugandans, you should not actually pay attention to this. These all foil. These all lies. You know, they know what they are doing. They are trying to threaten you, to tell you that now your country is gonna be less attractive because you're not actually dicking on each other's butts. And rather accepting bad plans. Just because Museveni said no to bad plans. Come on.
And they keep on going to the streets with the banners written that gay rights are human rights.
No, they are
not.
And funny shit,
they are not.
Who are they? Who are saying that? That is the US.
It is the US.
Can you imagine? You're demonstrating on my rights, which do not actually involve you.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the true human rights, you won't demonstrate on my behalf. That is the funny part. They'll always demonstrate on shit that don't make sense to Africans, but won't demonstrate when it is Africans' lives involved. Because basically, this is destroying Africans' lives. This is not saving them. They're not here to save us through this. This increase of diseases, this literally telling us we should not give back to each other. This is you taking control of our population and telling us how we should and should not do what. I should sit down and think about, oh, you know, today if I go have multiple sexes, I'm gonna bring $10,000.
Polyamorous, no. Sexuality is not an individual choice. It's a matter of how you are born. You are born a girl, you are a girl. You are born with a penis, you are a man. So how are you becoming a woman and you have a penis? It's not a matter of choice. You cannot choose to become a woman when you have a dick. It doesn't make sense.
Let me tell you to the men, to the men who date the trans. That day when this man is gonna knock your shit out like a fellow man and stop being a lady, that's when you're gonna realize she's not a lady. You know, if we imagine I'm a dude and then I'm dating another dude, this is my girlfriend. Yeah? So now my girlfriend, just because we had a disagreement, he punches me. I thought you are a lady. Why are you punching me? That is a heavy weight of a man.
Maybe
you know?
he's muscular. That
we're gonna be killing each other
might
right there.
kill you.
Guys, and then mind you, another thing that I learned when I was learning about all this and what has been being pressured on Africans and literally in the society, what they want to make it a norm. Because in US, I think we've spoken of where they said if you won't allow your child to feel like a girl when they are a boy, or if a girl wants to feel like a boy and they come tell you and you won't accept it, or if the school, that is what they teach them, and you as a parent to say no, full custody of the child is taken away from you. They are going to operate on the children and change their genders. That is, you remember, it is actually written. You remember, you guys.
I'm seeing even the people on TikTok living with the children under the age of 12, and they are saying that these children are gay, these children are lesbians, and I'm like, under the age of 12, how do you know that?
TikTok people's mind are gone, kids.
Yeah, they are gone.
Most of them are here to make money and collect money for rent. So they're gonna use their children as a weapon. That is what actually now TikTok has become. Most of the people are using children as a weapon of making money. So you're gonna use your child who's a male and put wigs on him, put makeup on him, and this is how you're normalizing sexuality of them now feeling like a woman. And now when it changes, it tells you, Mama, I feel like a woman. You're like, but you are born, you're a man. Yeah, you've been putting them wigs on my head and applying makeup and showing people on TikTok how I'm a woman and attractive. So you face it. You face it. But basically what I'm saying is that apart from what I've seen in US, you have to understand homosexuality. After this being a peer pressure, it comes with depression. Comes with depression to the point where we see people committing suicide, because it was this year, at the time I was reading, the rate of suicidal cases that are happening is because of the people who are homosexual or LGBTQ group or community. Because especially for men who are trans, you look at yourself, what you've done to your body, and the effects, what it is doing to you. You're getting cancer, or you're even having pus, mahira tu kila mahali kwa mwili kwa sababu ya all the sindanos you had and unnecessary shit to change your body and the looks and shape. That is what happens. You have to look at everything they speak about always has an effect, and it's a big one. That is just my point on that.
I'm trying to get difference between gender and sexuality. So let me see what's the difference, because there's a polyamorous right here trying to prove how these things are different. So gender and sexuality are often assumed to be related concepts, but in reality they are separate and distinct. Understanding the difference between gender versus sexuality is important, because while both are important parts of an individual's sense of self, if you don't know what each one is, you may make incorrect assumptions. So what is gender? What is okay, for example, some people may assume that some who is a transgender is gay, but a transgender person is gender's identity and sexual orientation aren't connected. This is a British explanation.
Yep.
It
Not
is
African explanation.
It is a British explanation. What I know is you cannot change your sexuality. Only through operation and going maybe to cut off your dick. And you'll never get that pussy. You will not get the chromosomes. You will not.
It's just a thing that is stuck there.
Yeah. You will not. So stop telling people that you can change your sexuality. If you are born a man, how are you going to become a woman? Where are those chromosomes?
Even make sense to me,
It doesn't make sense. You know, I've seen even men going for operations to cut off their penises just to become women. Now women has a woman has sijui hata sielewi, but a woman has
they use the Samantha clitoris to
you guys, this is so insane. And remember, this agenda is for controlling the population again. It's Agenda 2030. So, polyamorous, you better not try that shit of saying that gender and sexuality is not something common. Of course, there's a man and a woman, and I have the XY chromosomes, and you know, but we are not the same. A man is a man. A man can never become a woman, and a woman can never become a man. Yes. Polyamorous is saying gender is how you identify to the community, to the society. So, if I go there and tell them I'm a man, to make that.
Wow! TikTok did it.
Oh! Sorry, I
saying what? They put it there?
Live access removed.
Why? There's reasons.
Your access to go live and the multi-guest will be restored on November 3rd.
What?
Your access mobile gaming will be restored on November 3rd.
What?
Hate speech and hateful behaviors. TikTok is enriched by the various backgrounds of our community members. Our differences should be respected.
TikTok did it on us, my guys.
Your access to go live will be restored on November.
3rd November. That's when you go live. TikTok.
Yes. They did that thing. Hey.
Tuko October bado.
Monday.
Hey, chai.
3rd November ni Wednesday.
It's okay.
It is what it is.
What shall we say?
They did it. They found us.
They said that our audiences must be respected.
That is what is happening, Manze. You can't speak the truth no more.
Hey. I see Robert Williams is saying way too many but what?
Bad plugs.
Yeah, in the society.
Bad plugs in the society.
Yeah, TikTok community must be respected.
Manze.